You've had to deal with something collapsing on your thing. You're good.
No, I mean, I think that just some sort of allergy or something just started to hit. I don't know. Anywho, let's make sure that we are live and good.
I hear you and I see you. And I hear me, so we good.
Yeah. Also, vaguely, on the update of the art challenge, yeah, I know we didn't update it on the site. I have not been able to figure out how to update the information on the website anymore. I figured it out once, and now it's gone. And I forgot to ask Coldust about it. And by the time yesterday night rolled around, it was already, yeah.
Don't you mean CMC? Because Cole is about as clueless as you are, if not more.
See, that's how clueless I am. I can't even get the right person. By the way, speaking of which, Coldust, if you're listening, you may want to watch this next part. But I'll probably post it for you to watch anyway, because you'll have some fun with this. Anyway, so we're live. Let's go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we're fucked. They're totally gonna eat us.
Fucking sickos.
I mean, who does that? Who eats meat?
Sickos.
Is it really that hard to go vegan?
Yeah, man. Piece of cake.
Yeah, totally. I'm mostly vegan, so.
Yeah, What?
No, I'm mostly vegan, so I'm with you guys.
What
do
is
you mean
that?
mostly vegan?
Yeah.
You can't... You're either vegan or you're not.
Yeah.
Well, no, like, when I go to restaurants, right? I always get the vegan options, so.
You're a horse.
Restaurants?
What?
I'm with you guys.
So you are vegan.
Well, mostly. See,
What
do you mean,
What are you
mostly?
eating that's not vegan?
Well, like steak.
Oh,
You
fuck
fat
off.
What is wrong with
God,
you?
dude.
What? It's a good source of protein.
Eat
Eat
some
beans.
living sentient creatures.
Well, they're tasty living sentient creatures.
You fucking asshole.
cow
I
killer.
don't kill cows. I just eat them.
Heartthrob? More like heartless throb.
Yeah, where were you when the Felix fairy was handing out all her feelings, huh?
Yeah, bitch.
You can't say hands.
I'll
God,
say
you're
whatever the
worst.
fuck I
Excuse
want.
Me. Excuse me.
God.
Can you eat us already? Or whatever
Yes,
the fuck
please.
you're gonna do,
Just
please?
put us out of our
No,
misery.
I'm not with these guys.
Shut up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 522. I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for another week. I am, of course, Circuit Main. Of course, I am not here by myself. I am joined by a wonderful group of panelists here to also bring you the Brony community, make slide comments, and also go off on random tangents that have absolutely nothing to do with anything we're talking about. We are, of course, joined by Deathlight Productions.
Hi.
DM21.
God, it's cold here.
Tex Stallion.
Yep.
Toakoi.
It got up to 60 here, and I didn't have to have a jacket.
And, of course, from the Otaku Ascended, we have Suki. Sama.
Damn it. My brain shut off.
We have to reboot it again.
It's okay, people. We can rebuild him.
Okay,
Yeah, damn it, dang it! Now my brain shut off. I was gonna try to make a joke.
But we only have a budget of about $350.
Yeah.
So,
And
should we remove the Slayer knowledge, or should we keep that and get rid of the Isekai?
Can we just get rid of anything that revolves masked Lego things? See, I already forgot what they were called. It sounds perfect.
It's kind of hard to forget the toy that saved the entire company.
Watch me. Anyway, that's enough of that shenanigans. Welcome to the Brony Show, and we are all here. And for the show today, we're going to continue where we left off last week. Last week, we found a tier maker with over 200 ponies and pony-like accessories. And we were deciding who is best ponies. We had a lot of best ponies, but we also had a few that we could all agree were either or complete jackasses. But now we're going to go ahead and continue on to that list and see if we can finally get through it all. But we are also going to be talking with Toakoi and Crazy Matt Captain about their experiences at HarmonyCon, which had the convention last weekend. But, of course, before we do any and all of that, we have to do what we normally do every single week with a warming up of our vocal cords and letting the general populace know what is going on. And what better way do we do that than to spread the wub? So I must ask all of you once again, what's up, bronies?
Well, I've kind of been hitting the ground running ever since I missed the flight last week in HarmonyCon. And aside from Thursday, I've been at work every single day. So I'm kind of tired. I'm off tomorrow, so sleep will be needed.
Definitely sounds like a lot of wub going on there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody else have any other wub time that they want to bring out there?
I have somewhere to move.
Yay!
Honestly, that is really good. I'm glad that you found some place to go, especially with the sudden.
Well, unfortunately, because of my signature, which we resolved 10 minutes ago, one of the tenants thought I wasn't, or one of the landlords thought I wasn't capable of signing a document because of how uneven my signature was.
Oh, wait, that's
wait,
what?
I would like to point out, most places, if you can at the very least do an X, you're qualified.
I mean, if it even looks like a signature, they don't care.
But, yeah, it was a little bit of confusion because he thought, wait, if he's having this trouble writing it down, are the rest of the family lying about his capabilities? And we had to explain the situation. No, it's just how my hand shakes when I write or type or anything these days.
Fair enough. Well, I'll go ahead and get a little bit into wub time with me here. And everybody prepared. This is a doozy.
Okay,
so,
we have the helmets on and the snow shovels at the ready.
I know you did that on purpose, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep running with it. So those of you who follow my Twitter know that I did kind of have not exactly a moment of existential crisis, but definitely one of those, okay, I'm not having too much of it anymore because, well, the big problem is the roof of my carport collapsed under a giant mass of snow that we got here in the Utah area during last week. When I'm talking a giant mass of snow, this snowstorm that hit us has not been seen since the 80s. This has been a really bad snowstorm. And piles of snow that were up to my waist in some cases. And a lot of it was on a carport that already was structurally questionable at best.
At best.
At absolute best. So this is the front end of the carport that I heard crunch down when I was in the middle of a work meeting. So, yeah, there's the fun part there. And just to give you an idea just how it came down, there's a portion that still retained itself on the wall. That was actually kind of a blessing in a weird way because it didn't tear off siding and who knows what else for that. And here is my car that was also under that.
Also, hi, Secret from YouTube coming over to Twitch. See, the delay is less.
Well, hopefully it is. Here's another side of the car there.
Okay, second, whoever put on the carport, hate them for that collapse section, but enjoy the fact they did reinforce that beam.
That wasn't a reinforcement of the beam. That's the support beam. If anything, the fact that that's the only strong support structure is highly questionable.
So to me, it looks like that was the original carport, and then they decided to extend it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly do not know, because these were all well, actually they weren't all single layer slats, but from what I could tell. So yeah, this happened. This happened, and to say that I almost went completely catatonic, because this was on top of a lot of other things going on right now. It would not be underestimating. Just to give everybody a brief reminder of things I mentioned last week, along with some additionals. My current work position is literally going to be going away by the end of tomorrow. So I'm going to have to be trained in a different position while looking for a job altogether, because that is also going to be temporary. It's a literal stopgap. I do have one roommate that is going to be moving away also tomorrow, that's been here for several years. So that's kind of a bit of a shock there. And along with that, I also had my birthday over the weekend, and I turned 40.
Circuit, you do not look or sound 40.
Yeah, you don't.
Thank you. I'm actually I actually like to think I'd like to maintain some sort of youthfulness to that.
You stole my youth. Give it back.
No, it's mine. I stole it fair and square.
As I have seen him in real life, he does not look that old. He
So
looks like a 30-year-old at the very least.
You know what? I will absolutely take that. I'm absolutely happy to take that. But let's get back onto track here a little bit. So this was what happened. The aftermath. I haven't had pictures of it yet, but luckily I apparently have really good insurance, so it's not with Suki.
What? I was legitimately looking at something and I just heard my name.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about his own insurance and they made
my home insurance, which is not with Suki, so it's actually good.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't handle regular homes anyway.
Yeah,
you do
I just well, you might have had to take my auto anyway. I'll get back to in the moment. So
and
yeah,
no, I don't handle auto either. I handle condos. That's why.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back on
Which is
track
actually
here.
worse.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I don't even want to think on that. So, yeah, the thing came crumbling down, and I was able to get on the horn with my insurance company. I think it wasn't next day, I think, or maybe the day after that. Either one. No, I think it may have been next day, actually. They were able to get a restoration crew out to take a look. They basically said, there's no way we're fixing that, so we're gonna just tear it down. And then they tore it down. I had a dumpster in my parking lot, and the guys on Friday, and also my insurance adjuster at my house, all at the same time as they were tearing it apart, which is really fun because during the whole process, the back half collapsed. So the back half was barely hanging by a thread, which it still managed to hold down but for a couple more days, and then it collapsed as they were tearing everything apart. Granted, it probably didn't help that they literally were goofing around with it and shaking it playfully, like, they were just having fun with it, and it was all being taken apart, but
but looking at that, I'm guessing that's probably about at least half. Oh yeah, since it was bowing like that, there was
no hope that thing wasn't going to last long.
Yeah, I mean, you were going to get an estimate for a full replacement anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
There was it's not like if it had just collapsed the front half and the back half still looked like it could stand, I could see them writing you. I could see an insurance person writing you an estimate just to basically replace the steel on the front side and get that back up. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole thing went down, and it actually took some siding that time. That was kind of fun. But, the whole thing collapsed. They took it apart. My car only suffered a scratch on the spoiler. It's a nasty scratch, but that's it. Everything else is working fine on it. So, the house is still in good shape. The car is still in good shape. The garage was not in a good, carport was already not in a good position to begin with, and the only reason any of that got covered by insurance is, oddly enough, because the makeshift shed that is attached to it on the other side had 4 walls, and thus it was considered a walled structure that was attached to the house.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
I've had that before. Basically,
Okay.
while
So-
it's outside the outer wall, it's still connected to the house.
Yeah, no,
no. Here's what the thing is. Because companies like to go one of 2 ways on these. One is either structures like a carport itself will be considered an extension of the building, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's connected to the house, and in some cases, even if it's not like that fence in the background, if that's your fence, even if it's not connected to the house, somehow they might consider it there. Or your policy might have fences as separate coverage, maybe, if that's how they have it listed out. But yeah, then some companies will only cover basically 4 walled structures on the property.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
yeah,
important to ask these questions.
And you know what? And I bet the reason why that's probably how your policy got written that way is probably because of the fact that things like this could happen. You get so much snow that a carport's probably gonna could just collapse on it.
yeah,
It'd be a lot easier for it to do so.
yeah. It sounds really bad altogether. So I got lucky. I got so lucky in all of this. It was actually quite amazing. And so my life literally changed so much over this weekend during this week. It's fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, speaking of which, again, I don't know what's gonna happen with the show in regards to things either, because again, I am gonna be trained for a new position that might change my hours, so things might happen differently, at least in regards to after party stuff. But if I end up finding a different job, I don't know what's going to happen with the show. I will try to keep people updated as I know, but I'm literally flying by the seat of my insane pants that are now feeling a breeze. Da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
It is insanity. Also, it took until a day later, but I love the fact you worked off of my odd from last week just to do yours.
Yeah, I guess I felt it was time to do that, though. I completely goofed up the face, so at the same time, I think that spurred me on to try to learn the faces better. So yeah, there's my story.
By gas picture Pikachu.
So anyway, there's my story of the carport that couldn't anymore, but apparently it had to happen eventually anyway. It honestly did. It was not good anymore. This will allow. Oh yeah, and the insurance is covering it all. So I already got the insurance check. I just have to wait until things get settled with the deconstruction and also the siding, and then lots of fun there.
And then pay me to build a better one.
I actually might. If you want to come down here and build one, I will be more than happy to give you that insurance check money.
Yeah, there are people right now in New York that's like, yeah, if you want to come down here and help us, we need to completely redo siding and roofing and stuff on this old thing. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, if I build a mobile home in time.
Well, it's a lot easier for you to go to Circuit than it is to go to New York.
Well, sir, let me. So your policy paid out the full cost of repairs, unless your deductible just right out.
Yeah, at least the repairs part. They haven't paid out for the deconstruction part because that's going to be considered separate, and they haven't charged me for it yet. And they also are running some tests. They're checking something with the siding before they also pay out in regards to the siding damage that happened when the back half collapsed.
Probably your property's probably old enough. They're checking to make sure the stuff's even still available.
It's metal.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it's available anymore. The siding was actually made out of metal.
No, yeah, aluminum. Yeah, aluminum, vinyl, or wood
there.
are the 3 most common.
Oh, yeah. Never mind then. I don't know then. Well, let's see what happens. But yeah, there we go. There's the week of Circuit, At least at the end of tomorrow, he'll have an entire man cave basement down to himself, so he can put up a VR setup at some point, which might be nice.
And go and punch a wall by accident.
Let's not do that. Those walls, half of those walls are actually made out of concrete. I'm gonna hurt something.
I know.
Careful not to punch out your TV or your monitor.
I'm actually more worried about my computer at this point. I think the motherboard might actually be dying. Anyway, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. I'm not gonna get into that.
To the show, at the very least, you might not be able to do the art as much. You might get a show every other week instead of every week.
I don't want to even think. I've been working so hard on learning to art, and just having to cut back on that bit too. It sucks, but I'm not gonna get into it again. That's we're just gonna have to figure out how things go as they go. I'm literally having to take this one step at a time now at this point. But
yeah, that's always a healthy option. By the way, we're a half hour into the show.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna say. Anybody else have any other wub time before we go ahead and get moving?
I think your phone said yay.
My phone said yay for another reason. Let's just say I'm finalizing the... Yeah, despite everything going on, I am still going to BabsCon. So, in fact, it was yaying because it's finalizing things.
Yay!
Well, for me, just the classic of being busy all the time and then clearing up the weekend so I can go and start cutting stuff for that mobile home, speaking of which. And then it pretty much blizzarding all weekend. I was so upset.
I'm only happy that I had to deal with torrential downpour, so I didn't have to even worry about it. It's Kansas. It's weird.
I have no idea what to think right there. Okay, anyway, so does anybody else have any other wub? Alright, so that's all the wub we have to give. Let's go ahead and actually get started on the news. And of course, with news, we want to start off with convention news. Because that's always a fun time, right? Starting off with the Gleam Fest. I still have not figured out what in the world's going on with that. And I don't know what. And it's like one of those things where I haven't figured it out yet. And now I'm too afraid to ask.
Also, second, are you streaming to...
I am not.
Discord?
I'm not. I haven't done that yet.
You are the second person in the past 24 hours I've had to remind.
I'll leave me alone. At least you get a nice 1/440 now.
Hey, I enjoy the 140. That's what I was raised on. Nostalgia.
Promise that all
right.
nostalgia is memorable.
So the next actual convention that is coming up is Festival of Friendship for 2023. This is the one in England, which I'm excited for them because they're going to have pony shenanigans in just 2.5 weeks, just as the winter snow is hopefully starting to melt, and they can enjoy a light, refreshing spring. And then we're gonna go into BabsCon just as the harsh, horrible warmness of spring starts to really beam down onto California. But that's in
it did snow there, so
that's just in 5 weeks. Which, if everything is good, I have just finalized the last of my necessary preparations.
Yeah. For me to go, somebody would have to either buy a vehicle for me or buy a lot of parts for me. Like what happened last year.
Alright, so anyway, BabsCon coming up, and I will be able to actually give a report on that because I'll actually be there. So, let's get in on the news. First off, one thing we do want to remind you that the week in history is still the day in history that's still happening at Equestria Daily, and this might be one you want to check out because it is also the week that Unicon happened.
Dun 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 dun.
But yes, this is when the shenanigans known as Unicon occurred, where it came, it saw, it destroyed lives, But it did also cause the community to come together to build up funds to try to get everybody home. It's honestly quite a feat, and you can actually see things happening, not exactly in real time, but in the posts as things were happening. So yeah, get a little bit more of the ground floor things before the YouTubers were able to coalesce it all together into a wonderful little bit. Of course, there are also a few other fun articles that there was a couple of other fun articles that they had in there, and one of the things that I couldn't help but resist to bring up a little bit were 100 things Pinkie Pie is not allowed to do in D&D.
Oh.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I did not.
Number 1.
So, yeah, Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to borrow dice. She will start juggling with them. Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to roll Intimidate. She breaks out in giggles and is useless to the party for 2 hours. Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to use the magical clown class she found online. It's too broken. The battle mat and any permanent markers are not to be within 20 blocks of each other while Pinkie Pie is playing. Oh, oh, I hate that. I hate everything about that. That is, I know what that is. I know that pain. I hate that. Okay.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? The SCP things that Dr. Brad is not allowed to do.
Pinkie Pie is not allowed to play World of Darkness. She just doesn't get it. Pinkie Pie is not allowed to produce a musical starring all kobolds in an attempt to improve a situation. That was just a very silly session. Pinkie Pie cannot throw a party because the party needs a party. Pinkie Pie is not allowed to LARP, ever. And this all in caps. I'm only going to read the top 10. Do not let Pinkie Pie attempt to put eyeshadow on the beholders. That just makes the situation worse. No miniatures at the table. Pinkie Pie will start making them have a tea party. You know what? No, I want to see that. That sounds hilariously awesome.
No, let her have at least that one.
You will not ask Pinkie Pie about her counter powers. She will learn then counter powers.
But yeah, if you really want to check it all out, I'll go ahead and throw this in the lounge instead of the show notes, since this was actually just a small part of the massive amount of show notes.
Oh, 12. Pinkie Pie's not allowed to ask Spike about his dragon class.
Okay, you know what? The funniest thing is, I want someone to look at Ogres and Oubliettes and see how many she breaks in the little time she actually gets to be in that episode.
Actually, I think there was one in here where Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to bring, like, Spike and Big Mac and a bunch of other ones, so it actually is kind of fun. Where was it?
Big Mac isn't allowed to play. He'll just correct Applejack the whole time and make her really pissy.
Okay, oh my god, I can actually see Big Mac doing this.
Big Mac is a rules lawyer.
No, the sad part is he does play a lot of Ogres and Oubliettes, so he absolutely would do this.
Yeah, I mean,
Also, Rarity isn't allowed to hit on Big Mac if he does play. That's just weird for everyone else involved.
Early fandom ships.
Yeah, this is early stuff too. So yeah, have fun with the insanity of it. But let's go ahead and move on with the other little
Spike
bit.
is no longer allowed to GM without supervision, especially when Rarity is playing.
All right, we're
Okay,
gonna
that was freaking calling it.
Anyways,
that was not calling it. We all knew that. Anyway, so next, the 5-page preview of the final season, the final story issue of Discord has popped up. So if you really wanted to get a full taste of everything that's happened up to this point, though I do gotta admit that this is kind of interesting right here. We already see him suspended in a cage. What happened? Who knows? I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to read the comic.
No matter what happens, don't move.
Don't move. Don't blink. Don't do anything.
Don't even breathe.
Next, of course, the solicitation for issue 13 has popped up. This also has the cover A, which actually was done by, I think it might have been Sophie Scruggs, actually. I know it was done by another Brony artist out there. Because I remember... Oh, yeah, there it is. Sophie Scruggs. Right there.
Nice.
So, yeah, the fun part... If you can get this issue, you could probably get her to sign it, which would be really awesome. I also made a crack about asking her if the icing on the rarity was marshmallow flavored.
Please respond. I got to know.
I've got to know.
No, it's special flavored.
All right. So yeah, comics abound. How fun there. Next, Mayor Quest has released the second part of their OST.
Oh.
By the way, hey, I've already told Circuit, but they actually had their OST on CD at HarmonyCon and were giving it away for free.
You told me it was the game, which it's still cool regardless. But geez, man.
No, it's free on Steam.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of interesting that they would have free CDs of the game too.
I never did.
How old school are you? Do you have a CD player?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I even made sure I got a burner with it so I could burn MP3s.
Now, granted, there was a Mayor Quest machine in the game room. Like, someone built it, the game machine, to be, the standard joystick and buttons.
Well, get into that in a little bit here, of course. We just need to continue on with the news.
Yep.
All right, next. Tell Your Tale has released episode 46, and
That thumbnail.
The thumbnail does not describe the problem. This whole... I really have no idea how to think about this episode. This is
I saw the secondary post on this. Is font humor still good?
Yeah, no, that's what really one of the big things, and it just, Remember, it's
kids,
one of those.
Too much sweets make you sick.
Actually, it's just one of those. I had to remind myself this is a show for kids, but at the same time, it just feels like it was like
Circuit, we're not gonna get you.
Happy Gilmore. It was like pandering to the Happy Gilmore crowd of kids.
In fairness, Happy Gilmore.
I was one of those kids when I was 7.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
It's really hard to describe. It just was really off-putting for me. I mean, I did enjoy some of the moments, but yeah, let's just say that this is not one of my top 10 in any regard.
Well,
but anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it to people to check out, and we'll go ahead and move on.
I've been meaning to watch that one.
So, music. So, if you haven't had a chance to check out the top 10s that have been posted every month, how about the top 25 that for the entire year? Community voted, of course. So, an entire year of pony music condensed into the 25 greatest hits for that year. All ready for you to indulge in for your listening pleasure, and maybe find a new musician to watch, or maybe delve right back into those classic ones you really did enjoy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, be sure to check it out. Always encouraging the music. Now, who's ready for things moving to different locations?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. A lot of moving going on right now, including Tell Your Tale is going to Netflix at the end, near the end of March. Now, of course, there has been some speculation about, is this just all of the YouTube Tell Your Tales that are going to be on Netflix now, which... And after some people were describing how some people have no idea that that Tell Your Tale is a thing, let alone have watched it, or realize that it is actually tied into Make Your Mark, it kind of makes sense that it would be put on Netflix as well, just to make both of them accessible in one location.
True,
but it could also be its own thing and have their own special Tell Your Tale episodes just for Netflix itself.
That's always a possibility, but I think the more profitable solution would just have the new and old content on both platforms.
Yeah, possibly. But that is just stuff we can speculate on, and we can't really say what will happen until it happens.
Heck, they could just do the Netflix side gets the new content for a week or two ahead of the regular their schedule on YouTube.
Oh, I would hate that, but at the same time, I have Netflix, so I wouldn't exactly be phased too much.
That's one of my theories, anyways.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and next little bit here, and actually, this is kind of hilarious in a funny way. The volume 3 of the Tell Your Tale soundtrack is now available on Spotify. The YouTube video up announcing this has also been blocked. That was fast, wasn't it?
It's YouTube. Hopefully, when the new music stuff comes through, because that is happening, it might be better.
Anyway, if you want to hear some of the you got more music available on Spotify, so why not listen to more pony music on Spotify? You can do it. I believe in you. Next, HarmonyCon. And we are going to be talking a lot about HarmonyCon in general, but we are going to just delve into this real fast. The top 3 PMVs for the PMV contest have been submitted and are made available through here.
By the way, the best in show, my god, the rendering, everyone collectively said our computers were crying from it.
Unfortunately, we got the second place in Feel Good, second place in Drama, and one of the entries until the end of time. I have no idea if it actually won any spots. But the rest of the PMV should eventually hopefully get uploaded. And it'll be awesome to check them out and see. But yeah, always love a good PMV contest.
Everything
you
was
were there
pretty.
for most of it.
So here now, before we go on to the fan submissions and everything, here is a fun little list. The 15 utterly unhinged attempts to reinvent iconic franchises.
It's on crack, so I don't believe it.
No, actually, this is quite surprising. Well, let's go ahead and go through this real fast because ponies are on here. 15. Robots battling it out in soccer. Unfortunately, they already got it wrong because it was on Super Nintendo, so it's 16-bit glory. But other than that, yeah, they basically had Mega Man playing soccer.
Cracked is right. They can't even get their facts right.
Correct. They can't get their facts are about as right as Mojo's facts. You heard me.
Wait, it's a 2008. The hell?
14. Tekken. Wait, what?
Look.
2008. 8-bit. No, I'm.
Okay, we all
no. Wait, this is well. They actually got the information from Engadget. No, that's still everything. Oh,
that must have been a typo.
Everything about this hurts. I'm gonna move on now. Tekken Card Tournament. You actually use digital cards to play the game.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures.
This is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, but it literally is kind of a point and click where Pac-Man is just doing his own thing.
I think I saw a speed run of it during AGDQ.
Yeah, they did a speed run of it recently, which was really awesome.
It was weird.
Yes, it is. Okay, next one on the list.
All right. And Donald Duck's secret alter ego called Duck Avenger, which I'm kind of disappointed they didn't use Maui Mallard. I mean, Maui Mallard is freaking awesome. Instead, they go with Duck Avenger, and I don't even know if this is the right guy. It looks completely wrong somehow.
Well, it is the Italian comic, so...
In the 21st century.
That ripoff. And no, I'm not calling Donald Duck's Duck Dodgers a ripoff. I'm calling this a ripoff.
Okay. Next. All right. Next, this one is apparently Japan only and on mobile devices. Basically, Final Fantasy typing. Literally.
So typing a fantasy.
Typing a fantasy, yeah. Next, Bad Grandpa, which was apparently trying to be a weird Borat spin-off of Jackass.
Considering it was made by the people of Jackass, I would just call it them trying something different.
Alright, so... My Little Pony, Equestria Girls. We all kind of saw that.
Yeah,
we intended though as being a full main thing on its own. No.
It eventually became its own thing.
we all collectively agree the first movie sucks.
But then they
Executive
change it as
Productions
time
is
goes on.
It doesn't
Yep.
suck. It just wasn't great. Like, it wasn't great, but it was okay. It got better, and then it kind of went up and down and left and right. And then we got Fluttershy showing off her toes in a rap song, and then we were done at that point. So-
someone developed a foot fetish.
Moving on. Lion King 1.5.
I liked this.
I never seen it.
It basically
Your
was
thoughts?
Timon and Pumbaa talking about raising Simba for the entire movie.
It gave us backstory on Timon and Pumbaa as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
it gave us a
Yeah.
little information, which is not bad.
Of course, it was gonna have some fart jokes in there. It's Pumbaa, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Okay, Mystery Inc. Now, before anybody jumps on this one, it's not what you think.
Nope.
No, this is the comic book.
Oh.
This is the comics.
Scooby-Doo
I
Apocalypse.
loved this one so much. It was.
This-
Oh
I was so sad when
yeah,
it discontinued.
it was good.
Yep, Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. This is the only
Oh
thing
my
that
God,
happened.
Scooby's rocking a six-pack.
That is Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy.
That is more terrifying somehow.
Everyone is buff in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a moment. So, we got Velma instead of this as animated?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, fuck you, HBO.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry. This
I
could,
second
you know what?
that.
This could have sucked really bad, but it would have been I think people would have given it way more. Would have been like way more forgiving of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Fuck HBO.
All right, move on before we get too hateful.
All right. So next, Star Wars.
Okay, you
But-
know what?
Hold on.
Some of the
No.
year was fine.
Hold it. But let me explain what part of Star Wars they're talking about first. They're talking about the comic series of Star Wars that ran from 77 to 86. It had a Han Solo and Chewie story based on Seven Samurai, Jackson, a giant green rabbit, and Don Juan Quixote, a crazy old man who thought he was a Jedi.
That's
That
fun.
actually sounds kind of fun.
It actually does. It sounds hilariously fun.
Was the crazy old man? No, I'm
It
not
is
gonna
based
finish
on
that
Don
because-
Quixote, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish that because I think Disney might have skipped over that because they're trying to be not offensive or something like that.
Did you forget that when Disney took over, they declared anything not in the
Not
movies no longer canon?
Pretty
No,
much.
but-
Then
but-
they
but-
extended to anything not made by
at the
them.
time. I thought it was at the time before they announced that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's no longer canon, so we can have as much fun with it as we want. They can't do they're not going to do anything. But here's something else that nobody wants to talk about. Terminator, who also had their own comic series in 1988, which became a Saturday morning cartoonist twist on the franchise with Skynet as basically this guy, with the hat and mustache, and Terminators with personality. Literally, this is.
That just sounds so bad.
It's good.
Guess Arnold couldn't Guess Arnold didn't make the cut.
No, that is Arnold.
It could be Arnold. I mean, it is a comic. It's a comic franchise from
No,
1988.
you know what I mean, voice actor wise. You know what I mean.
No, this was just comics. There was no.
I know. I'm just saying if it wasn't
All right.
comics.
Now for a little more controversy for the giggles. Voldemort's love child. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh my God! I heard about this.
Basically, apparently Voldemort and Bellatrix apparently had a daughter, and somebody wrote a entire book based on this concept.
It was a play, then became a book.
Yeah. So there's your fan fiction for you. Don't let anybody tell you can't make fan fiction of things and actually have it sell.
Yeah. You do remember the story with I believe it was 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, those movies are terrible.
I know the terrible thing is...
No, I mean, it started out as Twilight fan fiction, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Though I still heard that somebody is trying to make a movie of My Immortal, but we're gonna. That's another. That's
no.
another.
Okay, that's somebody from the internet just trying to be an absolute troll. And I'll support that one.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt if somebody actually did try to do that, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Reboots and reimaginings are becoming popular.
Oh,
for these companies.
Mario's gritty reboot.
I seen this before I played or seen any Mario games.
Really?
I love this movie. Yeah.
Really? Oh my god. You are literally the anomaly. You are the anomaly. I'm so proud to have
I played a lot of handheld Mario, but not any console Mario before I saw this movie. And even I knew, like, holy crap, what have they done to my boys?
See, this is a great movie. It's just not a great Mario movie, and I figured that out years after watching this thing.
Yeah, it was such a great movie. Everybody was drunk.
Yeah,
yeah. It's actually a good movie. It's just it's not a good Mario movie. You are absolutely right. But I am so happy to have had the one person in all of existence that saw this movie before any other Mario content. Apparently,
there were times I would rewatch it in dumbfoundedness, like, how did this get made?
No, this is how this is. The NFL on Nickelodeon, apparently. Patrick Star doing live commentary of an Nickelodeon NFL game on Christmas Day.
It's the third one.
I don't. And finally, and this is actually up and coming too, Dragon Ball Super becoming a rom-com. The co-author of Dragon Ball Super revealed is introducing a romantic comedy direction to the manga, different from Toriyama's usual style. That he wants to give it give a story arc a rom-com theme.
Okay, before people say anything bad, that was already comedy, and given how Chi-Chi and Goku were, it was kind of a romantic comedy at times.
No,
No,
it was not. That was
during the deed.
It was never a romantic comedy. No.
Comedy no, Circuit. It was comical that was a romance.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's that too, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the worst.
Also, I mean, think about it this way. Think about this. All the romances you get in Dragon Ball Z are basically Chi-Chi becomes obsessed with Goku because he basically patted her crotch as a child.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Now, they were both children.
Yeah, they were both children, and Goku actually had no idea how to identify female. Yeah, I mean, Goku could not identify females, so fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
was amazed at Bulma in the tub. It was like,
Then I think then later on down the line, you had kind of a normal relationship with Yamcha and Bulma until that fell apart, which is still kind of a normal relationship.
And then Bulma became basically the dominatrix to Vegeta.
Bulma fell in love with a space alien.
Yeah.
Then Krillin fucked a robot. That gave birth to a kid.
You know what?
Cyborg, she still had all the parts,
but
let's just say the robot part. It's funnier.
Yeah, I'm just look. I'm going for the joke, okay?
Yeah.
And then the only actual healthy relationship of Videl and Gohan.
For that, yeah.
Anyway, so that's our past and apparently a taste of our future.
No, wait, one more. So, yeah, you said you brought up Gohan and Videl. Yeah, Gohan figured out how to get Videl off the ground without using his hands.
Okay, we've officially gone somewhere bad. So let's go ahead.
That's how I conceived you, dear.
So we're gonna go ahead and go on to the challenge of the week, and the challenge of the week by random poll was Helix. But we also had the Protest Initiative challenge, and I see that Cold Dust is completely missing, so I'm guessing he might have called it for the evening already.
He said he was gonna pop over, but
then let's see. Protest Initiative challenge. Protest
on the rom-com thing. It might work because Goku, Chi-Chi's kind of like over Goku's crap. Like, she might be on the prowl again.
No, she loves the hell out of him because
she does, but she's tired of his shit.
Well, she's always tired of his shit, but that's always the way she's been. I mean, for crying out loud,
some people do have their limits. So I'm just wondering if that's one of the possible directions that rom-com arc could go.
That is for future.
I mean, because that's the thing. They say that, and it could just be that he wants to explore more of the interpersonal relationships between some of the characters right now.
it could also be completely unrelated to anybody we even know, since it's related to Dragon Ball Super.
True. I was just
Right.
spitballing it out there, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In fact, I would bet money it would have something to do with a Krillin's kid and having the rom-com situation going on.
Oh my gosh,
it's probably not a kid anymore. But I'm gonna leave that one for other people to
Protest
figure out.
Initiative Challenge and Challenge of the Week.
Oh, we got a co-response from Coldust. He might be here. Coldust, Protest Challenge. Coldust, trains. Coldust, muffins with syrup.
I will go to the Czech
Coldust,
Republic.
chocolate chip muffins with maple syrup on top.
Trains, maple syrup, feather, Cole, are you there?
Fires, explosions, LOE, Roan. Oh wait, wrong person.
Huh?
All right. Okay, then I guess we'll leave the protest initiative challenge a mystery until either people can guess or Coldust pops in, or Crazy Man Captain can take over at one point if we decide that he may not be back. I don't know. But anyway, so we did get a few entries in regards to that, but we also got a few entries completely random to that. So yeah, we got a lot of fun things to show off here. And of course, thank you all to everybody that were willing to either participate or at least submit things that they have received. And we'll go ahead and start off with my shenanigans in regards to this.
Beautiful.
I'm still trying to get the whole face thing down. I think I got the nose wrong somehow, but otherwise, I'm getting at least a little bit better in regards to mouth work.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that cheek's a little bit too far out with how short the nose is.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Welcome.
But of course, we could ask Coldust what he thinks of, as he also tells us what the Protest Initiative Challenge was this week.
What I think of?
Second,
The artwork, yeah.
Oh, let me take a look.
The Infinity Noodle.
Yo, perfect. And the Protest Initiative Challenge this week was
Chinese food.
Shh. He's got to find out that the website was never updated.
The website hasn't been updated for a while. Why does that still say episode 20? I'm 20.
I tried to figure out how to get to that. I don't know how to get to the title anymore.
Why has it been 2 weeks?
I can't figure out how to update it. And I can't. I tried so hard.
Yeah,
I'm
you and I are
literally...
gonna have a talk at some point.
Yes, I don't doubt that, and I do apologize. I honestly tried my hardest, and I tried every trick I could remember. Anyway, the Protest Initiative Challenge.
Going back to
Remember how
521's show notes document.
It's
Helix
food.
and Chinese food.
Yes.
yes, Chinese
'Cause
food.
I still haven't cleared out that tab.
So, yep, I drew this in about a couple of hours while I had time at work. While I still have time at work at the moment, because that's obviously going to change too. That also means my drawing habits are going to have to change a little bit. But, so yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit better in some regards. The nose still bugs me, and I think I figured out why the nostrils are kind of off. At least.
Well, as I said, your cheek's a little bit too far forward, or your nose is too far back.
You haven't seen other artists do stuff like this, have you?
I have, and I've done it myself.
Fair enough. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna have to do like a bunch of practice noses at this rate. But
I like it.
But yes,
It's still good.
This is Circuit Main having a bunch of chow mein with the various vegetables and stuff, and manages to pull the Super Helix.
Circuit main, chow mein.
Circuit Main chow mein. Yes, Chinese food and Helix.
Excellente. 10 out of 10. Bam.
And then we got this. The Lord's Noodle.
There's a joke here that you have to think about with Pokemon.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought it was a Junji Ito reference somehow.
No, my brain went straight to Twitch Plays Pokemon because they chose the Helix fossil.
Oh yeah.
Helix.
Praise
Thank
Helix.
you.
Yeah, I don't recall that one too much because they also made Flareon the devil, and I love Flareon.
No, the PC was the devil. It killed everyone.
Well, the PC always kills everyone.
No. They every time they would end up at the PC, half the party would get released.
Yes.
And along with that, we also have Random, a cybernetic cheetah, or a cybernetic Doberman Quoll.
Gaslight,
Yeah.
that looks nice.
One of my friends are like, "Hey, you haven't done anything in a while. Got any ideas?" I'm like, "No, not really." Then I guess they threw two animals into a random, and they grabbed two animals out of a randomizer and gone from there.
And also Random Alligator Pony.
Yeah, Bailey. She's a good horse. Gator.
There's
sorry.
an alligator in the tub.
Oh my
Does
god.
she eat the soup? Quite possibly.
But
Can
who
you
has
tell
the pinchy knee?
Well, can you tell CMC and I have probably melded too quickly?
And
No, it's
also,
just Pinkie Pie.
also
True.
something really cute.
It's Gummy's love child.
Tech posted this up as well.
That is adorable.
Aww.
Yep, this was from a friend of Tech's.
Still adorable.
Cute little horsey.
Absolutely love the little horsey, Tech. Tell your friend we love the horsey. I think we killed Tech.
Tell your horsey we love
I'm
the
here.
friend.
Okay.
I'm just tired of that. I don't have much to say at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all good.
All right, and with that, that's the entries we have. Now let's go ahead and pull the randomizer run once again, because we do gotta start
Sorry.
we gotta get things moving here a little bit quickly. Took a little bit longer than expected. So, chat room. While we're going ahead and starting to talk about tell us the randomizer entries that we should have for the next week's challenge, and then we'll swing right back around to this. But until then, it's time to talk about and one of the episodes that honestly I kind of had mixed feelings about. Not as bad as this most recent one, but still some.
Oh my god, Circuit, that most recent. What the fuck?
I don't know.
What the fuck? Just like, why? Why?
I'm honest. I'm 120% with you, man. I really am. But we're gonna have to save our gripes for when we actually get to that episode, which is probably gonna be sooner than later at the rate we're going.
I really like to try and like give this my best just like, oh yeah, this I like where they're going with this. That one though, I just can't.
No,
that one broke me. I just
it's not gonna be one of my it's one of those episodes where you're probably never gonna want to watch it again at
We're
all.
not talking about this one. We're talking about.
We are
oh
not.
yeah, no,
we are not.
Fireworking together.
This is where
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
This is actually one that I don't think I've seen.
Well, this is one that it gave me mixed feelings because it kind of showed why the races apparently cannot live together without a giant figurehead to tell them what to do, and that the pipsqueaks are kind of generic kid ponies without any real personalities between them. Or at least that's when I figured this kind of stuff out at the moment. But we'll get to that here in just a second. So, fireworking together. It, of course, starts off wonderfully and pleasant enough. Of course, we have everybody together getting all excited and stuff. Why? Because they have a bunch of kids with them. No, actually, it's because they're on their way to a big fireworks show in the middle of the forest. And of course, Izzy is doing what she does best, talking about how amazing it's going to be and sparkly, all of the stuff. So much so,
Imagination.
so much so that she actually sends her into a dizzy spiraling fit. Yay.
Izzy, you're adorable, but sometimes you get on my nerves.
So of course they get there without too much incident. And
Side note,
Hmm?
because I just started watching the episode in the background. The fireworks display is the Grand Unity fireworks display. Hearing that sounds really weird after watching a bunch of Owl House for weeks on end.
Yeah.
Owl House is great, but
It
I
is.
can see where you're getting that.
It is a great show. You should watch it. If you haven't watched it at home, you should. It's, oh my god, freaking like, yo,
Yeah, the Day of Unity stuff is very
Don't
much.
go too much.
don't
into this.
spoil anything. I haven't gotten there yet.
All right. Well, getting back on track here. So the main five, of course, decide that it's probably not very nice to park a giant Winnebago into the middle of a crowd. So, I'll give them credit for that. That is kind of nice. So they parked it off to the side of
someone would hijack it.
Yeah. So they park it off to the side of the forest and start making their way to the clearing in the middle where the big fireworks show will happen. Because that's exactly where you want to do a bunch of big explosive fireworks in the middle of a big forest full of burnable things.
In fairness, if it's in a clearing with ample enough space, it would be better. But yeah, no, this don't look like that.
Of course, the fact that it is in a forest and everybody starts to get tripped up, mixed around, and panicked.
By the way, that smear frame is so good.
But yeah, so slowly, little by little, everybody starts to get separated from one another, tripping and falling over themselves, and eventually, two pipsqueaks get lost. The horror, the shame.
Oh no.
Anywho. So much so that they even managed to fall into a tree trunk and into a Sonic level.
Do 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 do.
Actually, I'm reminded of like a Winnie the Pooh thing for like the search for Christopher Robin.
So eventually, they realize they're lost and alone in the woods and start to cry in each other's arms. Of course, every pony else manages to get out of the woods somewhat in one piece. Granted, it looks like Izzy had the easier time, and every pony else was completely destroyed, including one of the girls and one of the misfits. I mean the misfits.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the reason she's smiling is she planned this in secret. She wanted them to get lost forever, because now she could be the only pipsqueak for Pip. Pip is all hers now.
There can only be one.
There can only be one pipsqueak master.
Okay, we are not Highlander, and we are not Jet Li's the one.
We are everything we want it to be.
You can't become the Highlander. You have to be born the Highlander.
No, you can get the Highlander by killing everyone else.
Anywho, so they're starting to relax. Pip is questioning her design choices. Either that or finding out that she literally has a bird's nest for a mane.
No, Sparky had something to do with that.
And then suddenly, as they start to do a head count, they realize, horror of horrors, the old man is here. Yeah, that's terrifying, isn't it?
Hey, Alphabet's cool.
In fact, so terrifying, everybody else in the group realizes, oh no, we are with Alphabettle. Oh no! He sleeps in the woods!
We all sleep in the woods.
It's the evil way he sleeps in the woods. But of course, nope! They realize the pipsqueak is missing! And what must you do? Why, we have to go and do something!
Pip is like, I'm gonna lose so many followers and I'm gonna get sued out of the ass.
So, what do? They start a bonfire immediately because that's how you do it, right? You just start setting things on fire at random.
Nah, Sparky's an anarchist.
I mean, if I'm honest, that's probably the best thing to come out of that dragon.
Yeah, at least at this rate. So as everybody comes down, they say, you know what? No, Earth ponies need to find her. Why? Because we are one with the trees, and we can make them even bigger. Which somehow that will help. They're lost in a forest. Let's make the trees bigger. So I guess they're easier to find. Megasai like, no, we'll go fly over the trees. I mean, the leaves are so thick and full. I'm sure we'll be able to spot them under that thick, full brush. Right?
People being stupid.
And of course the unicorns are like, no, we can go and find them. Because we can blow things up with our horns.
I would say more because they know what to look for in the forest.
Well,
they could accidentally friendly fire. Like, firing my laser. Oh no, I barbecued one of them.
So it pretty much happens exactly as you think. The Earth ponies start to move trees around and uprooting them at random. Along with that, the Pegasi all start to fly around at random, running into the flying trees. Who didn't see this crap coming? And of course, unfortunately, it leads to the development of the most angry magical Rainicoon. Unicoon. He will destroy them all one day because his home is now in the air.
No, he will raid all your fridges.
Of course, the complete insanity does exactly what you think. Everybody starts to panic because they're literally beating each other up with their own magic by accident. I mean, it's just amazing how quickly this descended. And then finally, Sunny goes, I get it now, Twilight. I get it. These guys are all morons. They actually need an alicorn to lead them. No wonder you give me alicorn powers. They actually need a figurehead because, God help them, they can't work together by themselves. They need somebody to tell them what to do.
The show reinforcing that they can't get shit done unless there's an alicorn, of course.
I'm the kindergarten teacher of these dimwits. And of course, Sunny does what apparently every alicorn in Equestria has to do now. Because apparently alicorns are designated ruling class forever because Equestria can't handle not having a ruler.
Or at the very least, having a third party, or fourth party in this case, to be like, knock it off.
And immediately starts directing them what to do. Which is basically said, you know what? You guys get your shit. Get it together. Get your shit. Figure it out. I'm an alicorn, but I'm not going to live forever because God help me, I don't want to live 1,000 years with you people. Why do you think that we had 4 princesses leave us at some point in our histories? You guys are insufferable. Get your shit. Figure it out.
I think Celestia was so happy to drop it off onto Twilight. She's sick of you people.
Celestia knew what she was doing. She dropped it on Twilight. She went insane. That's probably why we got a crazy alicorn out there that's trying to suck all our magic because we're intolerable asshats. And you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home. But no, she's actually out flying with her literal glowing wings to get the attention. Which she does. She gets lots of attention. Apparently, little kids love giant glowing wings on flying ponies. So she sees them and says, okay.
God Horse, we're saved.
We see God Horse and God shines down and says, fear not, my children. I will get the stupid-ass peasants to actually build a path. So she goes to the stupid-ass peasants and say, build a path. And so, they actually did. Directing the kids down the vine ways, leading up with lighted clouds, and the little flyers. Yeah, basically everybody. Oh, look, every pony came together to help 2 kids walk through the forest. Admittedly, it feels like a little much, but they all got there. Everybody is happy and stuff. And just a sign to see the farce of fireworks celebrating the unity of ponies when they all should realize that they just need an alicorn to tell them what to do. There is no unity. It's all a lie. It's always been a lie.
Lies. All lies.
Buy your playsets and
Lies
toys.
and slander.
And remember. And of course, we get this wonderful little fun image. So with that, I think I kind of made my point of the episode quite clear.
I was not a big fan of this episode.
It's not the greatest episode. It kind of feels like the three tribes literally cannot work together unless they have a giant figurehead that encompasses all three of them. Because, you know, God help and democracy and actually working together, apparently.
I feel like the writer took the easy way out and seeing like, oh, it worked so well for G4, why not do it here and make an alicorn?
I don't know. I would actually give them a lot of credit if they actually made it this the reason why the three tribes actually broke up. Because they literally have to have an alicorn to lead them. They cannot they literally cannot work together without somebody telling them what to do.
That also makes it really sad that they have to have like an outside party to help them instead of just solving this crop within their own.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not sad, but it would be it would actually be an amazing thing for them to admit. So like, oh, yep, sorry, we're crap. All of these tribes are crap. They literally have to have an alicorn leading them. Why do you think they actually got Celestia and Luna together after the three tribes founded Equestria after freezing out?
World did that, not the ponies themselves.
Well, technically yes, technically no. They still knew that they needed a leader, and they couldn't have any one of those.
Yeah, it took Star Swirl to convince them to make them their leaders of the entire land.
Well, we'll get into that history at another point. It's just kind of funny that it seems to work out that way, and also I just really hate that it seems like I like the Kingdom Hearts Crusaders because they still had their own little bits of personality and
this
shenanigans.
They give these pipsqueaks enough time or focus or respect that the CMC had.
Well, they may get their episodes to really get a chance to shine, but until some personality comes out, giving them a little bit more identity than just the three little kids that are supposed to be oh, this is you if you were a kid and a pony and in the pony world, except not you, because basically
they don't do much other than go around the town.
Yeah, it feels like to me it's like those three fillies are just check marks to fill a slot for the child characters instead of that.
Yeah, we did get the Pipsqueak podcast.
For them being important aside from the podcast
episode,
but
we did get the
other than that,
we did get the Pipsqueaks podcast. However, it didn't quite. I don't know. It didn't quite fit. It felt like that they were just like gushing on Pip, and that was the entire podcast.
I was gonna say that episode didn't really feel like it added any real depth to them. As far as I can recall.
That's why I said these. The main reason why I said these kids feel like a check mark more than anything.
It was not as memorable as the Posey episode. Which the Posey episode was very memorable. I love the Posey episode.
Yeah.
Give me some more Posey. Hell yeah.
Generation 5 didn't know jack all to do with these kids.
Well, anyway, that's my thoughts on the episode. I thought it was okay. It was serviceable, and it actually makes for kind of like a funny dumb lore that the three tribes. I like the idea of just the three tribes cannot work together. They absolutely need some sort of alicorn figurehead, or else they tend to chaos. There's just something hilariously silly about that to me. But I'm sure that's not what they were intended to do. That's not the whole point of the episode. It just kind of feels that way to me.
I love that this episode canonizes the fact that Izzy is totally the sort of pony who would use fireworks inside.
Oh yes, actually that is amazing.
I would forgive this a lot more if it happened earlier in the Tell Your Tale series when they were just getting used to each other. I would find it a little bit more forgivable then.
True. I'm not gonna lie. That would actually make a little more sense if this was right near the beginning of the entire thing after the movie when everybody was so fresh to cooperating together. That would actually make more sense. Having it this late in the series when we've had like an entire special 40 of these going on at this point. Yeah, this feels a little late.
Been great for early on where they all have to prove themselves that they can do things.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. That would have that would have worked out a lot better. That actually is kind of annoying now.
It's basically the same situation with Sunny's Alicorn episode being much later than it was in the Tell Your Tale Part 2.
Anyway, so I guess it was an episode that probably should have been better off earlier on, but at the same time, it probably wouldn't have made much sense because of the Earth Pony magic. Yeah.
Well, unless it took place right after Make Your Mark Part 1.
Yeah, maybe then. I don't know. You know what? We could also just say it was after Make Your Mark Part 1. This is literally an episode out of place. But
right. We're gonna do what we did to the first 3 seasons of Gen 4, just rearrange them till they fit.
Yeah, let's do that. That works for me, right?
I believe the original rearrangement tried to make all of those episodes fit into 1 year canonically.
Yep.
Well, that was season 1 to 3. Yeah.
Well, there were hints that they could have been arranged differently too, but anybody else have? Let's go ahead and move on this. We got a lot more to talk about. Anybody else have any other thoughts on the episode? Start the riot, man. No, okay. Everybody is saying we should start riots. Sounds good to me.
Wait, what? Are we overthrowing? What are we overthrowing?
No, we're just making a mob.
The little dog.
Mob. By the way,
angry.
Now, we got next week's challenge, and apparently, next week's challenge is Aperture Science.
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Somebody got a huge success.
Well, it's hard to overstate my satisfaction then.
But we also have the Protest Initiative Challenge.
That's right.
We do what we must because we can.
The Protest Initiative Challenge this week is tangy.
Tangy?
Tangy.
Tangy.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Already.
No, I'm kidding. It's not. Obviously, it is. We're heading into March. It's Derpy Hooves. It's Derpy Hooves Day. Come on, y'all. Give me some Derpy.
Derpy Hooves it
challenge.
Is. But yes, Derpy Hooves Day is this Wednesday, the 1st of March. So be sure, if you want to celebrate Derpy Hooves Day, be sure to buy or bake your own muffins. Post them into our Discord. Let us know that you celebrated with Derpy and muffins. I'm already going to be baking my own as soon as I finish my
when
work
is
chores.
Derpy Day anyway?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Literally
March
the
the
1st.
1st.
So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the convention scene. Because
this is gonna be fun.
Because HarmonyCon.
I'll be back in a little while. Blah.
See ya.
See ya.
That was on the ride home.
This was not part of HarmonyCon. This was just found on the way. So, yes.
Here, do a crime. Hands him a hammer.
So, HarmonyCon.
I'm just amazed at this one because with where that is, they had to have been hanging off the roof.
Yes.
I imagine they had to be too, yeah.
That's dedication.
Mm-hmm.
Do cupcakes count? Technically, cupcakes kind of count because muffins are basically just cupcakes without frosting in a way. If you think about it.
Also, with the graffiti thing, come on! Didn't you ever play Mark Echo's Getting Up? You got to be awesome at parkour. I have the fucking steel box to that game.
Ooh,
wow! It's like, yeah, I don't care if I die. I'm leaving my mark on this world, and I'm doing it with style.
So yes, we got a bunch of pictures here from CMC about his trip to HarmonyCon. We also have Toakoi who went to HarmonyCon. So, fellas, could you tell us about your trip getting to HarmonyCon to begin with?
CMC, you start and I'll interject when we meet.
Let's see.
It would have been Tuesday that you started.
Don't mind the gaff balls. They are amazing. I don't know where the other purple eye went from the little Metroid.
Ooh, fair enough.
And this is the one that I said would scar you. Look at how much wear and color discoloration. That hat's not even a year old.
That hat shouldn't be gray, shouldn't it? It should actually be that purple white right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's
how much
amazing.
CMC uses that hat.
It's a nice hat, though. I can't argue that. I would definitely wash it at this point, though.
I need to take the pins off, throw it through the wash.
Well, also...
I've tried just scrubbing it with the washcloth. It didn't really do much.
Well, also, they had the other main five hats as well.
Well, yeah, but you got to get the Izzy hat because you could get the sunglasses.
I'm pretty sure they only had the Hitch one in stock there.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I didn't get the hat with the sunglasses. That was one of the vendors at Cider Fest that had those, and I only got the glasses because someone dropped them as we were ending out at Cider Fest. Okay, so I need to pull up my calendar so I can say, yeah, I left on the Wednesday morning, getting onto a train. It was fine. It was a nice little train. I had Wi-Fi. Then I got to sit in Chicago Union Station for an hour or two before getting onto the long train that takes a day.
And had no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. I was in dead zones.
Oh.
Should have brought a book.
You did?
I had a book, but it was more so that, yeah, I couldn't just be surfing the internet and doing things, and I only popped into the start of the Wednesday stream because we were stopped at a station, and it was before a quiet time.
And it happened literally as I was in the middle of helping my roommate get taxes done. So yeah, that was fun.
That's just how it was.
No, it was just fun timing all around.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice long train ride, and then got into Dallas and had to take the little bus system over to the airport to meet up with Toa.
Yep, it was another train, and that's why I joined in, because it was only an hour setting off that I met CMC, and we got a shuttle to our hotel.
Where we could dump off stuff, get a change of shirt, and then get over to the convention location, because setup was still happening.
Yep, and I didn't put us at the farthest hotel, but we found to enjoy it because we got free breakfast every day.
It was still a little bit of a walk.
And we found out we are going the back way, not the front way. The front way has no wind protection.
It sounds like fun, but definitely a good reminder if I ever get a chance to go to HarmonyCon. So now, before we get into the HarmonyCon proper here, just a little quick information here for everybody. It looks like HarmonyCon, this was actually one of the biggest ones that they had. Third year in a row, I believe. Well, not in a row because they had the hiatus due to obvious circumstances.
And there are 4 years being in live person, not counting, the pandemic years.
Oh, 4.
This was the largest. Yeah.
Oh, 4. Okay. I
they
thought
started
they were
in 2018.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, no, this is their 4th year, and yeah, this was the largest turnout they had with over 1,000 people. So
I can't believe that, given CMC, how packed were the hotels every time a big con panel went out?
I don't know. I just know that the 3 elevators that were there were very small, and apparently they were packed like sardine cans the entire time. And sometimes you wouldn't actually get all the way down to the ground floor from what people were saying.
Yep, sometimes you get to floor 2, which is the mezzanine, which is an M, and the ground floor, which has a G, and it screwed a lot of people up going, okay, what's floor 2?
I
yeah,
see.
the pony swag hat was from the con store. So I got that with the shirt as well.
But before the actual convention, we were AV. I was more his gopher and he was lead. So that was fun.
And I wasn't expecting how the social room was set up, because it felt like there were 4 panel rooms in total with how it was happening.
And it didn't help that social, which was basically an open amphitheater type of thing, was also the cafe area. That would mean at least once, if not twice, having to move stuff from its normal position down to the cafe going on. It was something that we didn't really account for.
It was an interesting thing. I wasn't part of any of the setup over, or the changing of the setup over there, because I was more focused on making sure the rest of the rooms were running. And there's lots of fun. Operation Shipfic Mission Harmony. They made a card for a Shipfic folder. I didn't even get to go to that because where was I?
Hold on, I can.
No, I was over at Good, the Bad, and the Pony with the party can, because that's just fun.
Oh yeah. Well, doing that, I was helping out being like the mic holder since there was a line. Oops, I got the TrotCon one. But yeah, basically we did setup, and the first night it was kind of fun. The only time I actually left CMC was to do Mario Kart up in the game room, which was pretty fun. They even had an old, I want to say like either Casio or, it basically had text adventures on it. And
The only weird thing that I have to say about the schedule is there were panels happening before open ceremonies. And not just Buckball. There were panels. That seems weird to me.
Just remember, don't tell your mom about Buckball. Don't tell your parents about Buckball.
But yeah, there was lots of fun that we sat in on, and yeah, we...
Have a good night, Judd.
Limey the cheetah.
Right, I think I missed the Mare Quest panel because that's when we went to get food.
Yeah, and from the sounds of it, it was very, very, very crazy.
Oh yeah, Fantastical is the one that had the punch, so that I could actually get my little character hanging.
And until we got another lanyard, I offered one of my spares.
And that Studio Cinemagic thing is a magnet. I need to figure out what to do with it.
Golly.
Oh wow! Even Kenlock Avenue.
Because of a joke in another server, when I saw that, I had to grab it.
And I will say this: I could not keep the little con books on me at times because, well, I had a Ghostbusters outfit and the pockets did not agree. But that is on Saturday.
I don't know who Twizzle is, but apparently they have a YouTube, and
yeah.
that little sticker mid-row on the left, that's Luck Rock.
You know what? I'm feeling adventurous. Let's see here. Oh, damn it.
All I know is they got cute little doodles that they did there.
Oh, hello. Okay. Yep. Quazzle.
Huh.
Okay, so I have the whole thing for HomniCon here. Yeah.
It looks like they're they look like they're fairly new too. They started the site maybe about a few months ago.
CMC actually went to the comprehensive cosplay panel, which I didn't because I was doing Mario Kart.
Yeah, I was sitting in on that because that was the first panel after, because they did the Buckball, then the hotel had to put in the chairs into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And so, while the panelists were coming and sitting down, we were still setting up the audio stuff for the room.
We had to steal
And
something
so
from
I
main
just
hall.
went, okay, I'm just gonna sit here because I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
Oh, and the Patrol Pegasus sticker I only got because I took that the toy on that string of things came off my old Toyota.
Ooh.
Yep. So that was from Comedy Con.
Harmony Con.
Now you guys know why whenever I go to a con and get roped into AV, I end up not sleeping for 3 days.
No, we slept pretty
Oh.
well.
This sticker came from a guy with a great cosplay.
Oh yeah, basically it was the power armor from Fallout, but Equestrian
Yeah, that's
Fallout.
Fallout, Equestria, that's the Steel Rangers.
Nice.
Yep. And he called it like power shining armor.
Oh yeah, I got the.
Oh,
very
and the
faded mark on
sad,
back.
the sad freaking thing was, the hotel said he couldn't carry his fake gun.
I can't blame him on that one though. There's been a lot of
Well,
weirdness happening.
With everything that's been happening for the past few years, they don't want anything that looks remotely close to a gun.
Yeah,
So
it's
Pins.
Yeah.
it's sad, but it's understandable.
Well, here's the thing. I was able to have my proton pack with neutrino on, but it was clearly not a gun. I even checked with safety on
And
that.
most people know about Ghostbusters than Fallout Equestria.
Give me a second. We'll get to that picture in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Toa, also, if you have any pictures, feel free to throw them in here.
No, I basically got everything that CMC got, minus like a few shipfit cards that he already had.
Fair enough.
Well, did you actually get anything from the vendor hall?
I only got a beaded Leafeon, but I sent that with my sister because she is into evolutions.
Seriously,
That's the only thing
how
I
did you
bought.
get a freaking Jackie Chan rat talisman?
Oh,
They
I actually
had a bunch of them.
Don't tell me
I
that.
I actually have the tiger and the rooster.
And the only reason I have this unicorn, because when I first saw them, I put it back on the table. Someone had dropped it in a panel room. The horn had broken off, and so I just grabbed it. Apparently, it's one of those things where if you wear button-up shirts, it slips over the top button.
Oh yeah.
But the horn needs gluing on. And this glimmer, I found as we were doing cleanup, and it was.
Oh yeah, I believe that's the same glimmer that is what's her the VTuber
Techie Cutie.
Techie Cutie. Yes, I believe it's Techie Cutie's work.
It's not a
the
phase,
back of the
Mom.
pin says Baja.
Yeah, I stand horribly corrected, and I am so sorry, Baja. I love your work too, Baja. Please don't shun me.
Baja Blast.
I would
But
make that.
They would.
It's a beautiful pin, but it feels so wrong because I've come to be like, after the Lion King pin and getting the Octavia, the cider, enamel
Oh.
pins are my preferred souvenir item.
Oh,
But
pins
I've
are.
got that as well, and that
Mhm.
it's not something I went out for myself, so it just feels. It feels wrong.
I get
know?
that. I get that. But yeah, no, pins are amazing, and I'm always glad to get a few at every con. Of course, my second pin board, which is like twice the size of my first one, is also getting filled up, so I might have to get a third one now.
Mm-hmm.
Help me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the folks that run karaoke were sick, so they didn't come.
Oh,
But we did have a neat panel take its place, the cringe panel, which which a video I linked has CMC doing audio from that.
Mostly, I was just being there along with other staffers to be ready to shut them down.
And that was the whole joke of the panel as well, because last year they did that and they got shut down in like 2 minutes.
Because
That bad,
they
huh?
didn't talk with anyone of staff or events to actually get it approved.
Oh, so it was literally a fly-by-night panel that shouldn't have happened. I
Oh
see.
yes, but it was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Whereas this time they were talking to the right people, got the ability to do it, while also being monitored.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can do this, but we're gonna watch you like a hawk. I love that though. I'm glad that they were able to get a panel going.
Yeah. And then I believe CMC, did you go to the Pony the Interruption or the Misty Bright Dawn?
I think I went to Pony the Interruption.
Yeah, that's why I found
I wanted to go into the Izzy and the Misty, but because we were sitting in on the cringe panel, we missed the Izzy, and Pony the Interruption is just so fun. And,
yes, it
and
was.
I believe that, when I sat down in there was only one other person in there, so I just figured I was going to sit around.
Yeah, and then I came in after doing other stuff.
And one of the panels that we sat in on was doing a weird writing prompt with these clipboards around, and they basically just let the clipboards wander away. I ended up with 4 of them. This one ended up on the free table for a bit, and people were drawing on it.
Fair enough.
That was Discord's publishing house, which very fun set of duos.
And yeah, it's written on in chalk, which I know it's going to wear off, but I had to immortalize at least the Pinkie Pie on the front because it's so cute.
After that, we stuck around and went to What the Phone.
Yeah, I heard they had a panel there, and they're actually going to try to get the video uploaded at some point.
Yep, and I did do the comment going, second sorry you couldn't make it.
Ow. Yeah.
Well, that's my way of saying you were thinking of them and you wanted to go.
Well, yeah, I wanted to go, but not just for them. No offense.
Yeah, you...
Anyway.
I think I was in on that one.
Yeah. No, you either on that one or it was the sketchbook swaps, because MacWest was... Or Rift Ponies.
I think I walked over to Rift Ponies.
Yeah. Well, I was there, so
Maybe.
I was... Yeah.
Anywho.
But the MacWest room was... Oh... It was rowdy.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on, and we didn't stay for the late night panels because if we wanted to be alive for the morning, we would have to call it at midnight, as well as with how far of a walk is. It's one of those, if I'm staying past midnight, I want a dedicated drive over there.
And we found that was not possible.
Not easy.
I forgot, that Friday, we also hung out with Mozzie and had food.
Oh, right. That might be why I'm not actually remembering the what the dub. That might be when we, stepped out.
No, that was before that. We probably did the thing after the cringe panel. Oh,
that is about the time because cringe panel and Pony Interruption, and then there's that slot where, I don't recall any of what's happening here. Such that I think we got back, helped set up some of those Ellen Peak Arctic and Mare dating, and then we left.
Yeah. I think we might have left at like 8. I can check my I can check my bank real quick.
Yeah.
By the way, the pizza joint we went to, pretty good place.
But yeah, that's basically all of Friday and takes us into Saturday. Right, there was a recorder concerts.
Yeah, there was.
That was quick and easy to set up, such that I could just check in and say, okay, you're good? Okay, I'm gonna go walk to the next one.
Yeah, but we found that we had to unlock the other ones because we could not use the back ways because Con said no.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I need to poke Bramble because the share your stuff panel posted everything to pony.community, but I can't see anything there right now.
was we started in the morning as I was in my on the walk over there that Saturday. Someone actually legit in a car stopped and looked at me and said, "Why are you dressed up like a Ghostbuster, Con?" And then drove off. It was fun.
It's for a con job, see?
Yeah, and then I spent the rest of the morning time just setting up the others and then sitting in on OC Shuffle Up.
Yeah, that's about the time I went
Which is
and found you.
a beautiful thing, and I'm sure Cole and Commander love this kind of silliness. You start with a base, and then, well, everyone in the panel has written traits on a card, and you just pick up a random card and go, and now we're adding tentacles to the front legs. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. One of them was
I love putting wings in a place where wings should not be.
It sounds disturbing.
They put them on the eyes this time.
Ugh.
It's like you build your own weird
But
computer
here's the
hybrid
thing:
type of
the
thing.
eyes were actually joystick controllers. Because that was another
specific.
problem.
It was a specific D-pad. It looked like it was a D-pad that was on an analog stick.
I think it was the N64 controller. And CMC, from what I'm looking for, it was 6 that we had supper with Marzi.
Yes, Commander.
Did I hear?
No!
No, we did not hear anything. Anyway, so
and basically, the next day they had Pinkie Pie as the ears.
Sheesh.
Oh dear God, that one had so many extra heads, which means and so many extra Pinkie Pies on the ears.
Yes, and its front leg was all backwards, and oh, it was glorious.
Oh, I'm definitely disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's always silly and fun, and I believe Nevalin posts them to Twitter.
I believe so. Oh, we could probably find that. But after that, I departed CMC to go into prejudging for a cosplay contest. Which, because they only had beginner, advanced, and like just showing off, I'm like, there's no intermediate here, so I had to go with beginner. And when I got up on stage, so like for the first time, I'm like, haven't we seen you before? I'm like, I have been places. So yeah. That's the only thing I would say for the contest is have intermediate, so it's not the first time, but you know. So CMC doing that. What were you doing?
Hold on, need to look at the insert of double checking because I think. I was sitting on Big Pony Projects how to start and finish.
True.
Which had a bunch of the Fallout Equestria folks. Because, Minty Root, Paramare, Visions, Sapphire Valiant.
Because after the contest was done, I came back to you on Don't Forget the Lyrics.
Silver Screen of Wasteland Productions.
Yep.
And Don't Forget the Lyrics is always fun. Had to run out and make sure to get a mic stand out front for them to use. That was amazing, and there's so many plushies there.
Oh.
Okay, so I think
that was the Pony Plush meetup.
Yep. This is apparently the entire museum they set up in regards to this.
Just ignore that big one over there.
Ignore the imposter among them.
Are you talking about the bunch of Anon fillies right there?
No.
The cadence.
Are you talking about the Pokemon?
I'm surprised you missed it. It was just straight up a fursuit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun with it. I know. I did miss it, but it's because
And
I'm
now
getting other
we need a
tabs.
giant Izzy plushie.
Yeah.
I'm literally combing through HarmonyCon images on Twitter here. So yeah, of course I miss it. I'm trying to keep.
Yeah. That
Well,
was fun, and about that time was when we had lunch that day. Because we helped set up Jeopardy, How It's Made Pony Edition, and because the next panel we did was the Discord Publishing House.
Yeah. Which means, because don't forget the lyrics, we missed speedrunning the first official MLP video game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be terrible to miss. I would love to see that.
Well,
wait, I missed it too.
It was getting late for us, and if we didn't do it then, everyone would start piling out.
Well, and it was one of those, okay, we need food, and this is a quick point where we can set things up, step away for 15 minutes, and not be needed for the next 20.
Yep. Okay, and after Discord's Publishing House, which lovely idea with this panel, where basically someone has you on a timer with the prompt, and you're just writing, and then you have to swap with someone else in the room.
It's similar to what I've seen in what was the drawing panel that drawing for exposure that
Yes.
I've done at Winnie City Insider, where they just have a little music playing for 3 minutes, and then you pass on the drawing for one of the drawing sets. But this was a writing prompt thing where you're just supposed to write.
And afterwards, they would read it out. And someone in the audience was an artist, and we were like, who did it?
It was silly and fun, and I was just sitting there checking, because that was the first point I think I had to sit down and check some messages to double check, see if there was anything staff related I needed to deal with.
And I was there just as...
So I got shamed for not writing.
Well, they didn't shame me, but then again, I'm a writer by nature at times. So after we did that, we went to the drawing...
Drawing ponies, griffins, Draconicus, oh my?
Yep. Because Milo dating game was going on in the room next to us.
And that was by Beardy.
Yep.
Yeah, that poor boy, he was so sick all con.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I actually saw all of it, because I think I had to pop out to make sure Games Ponies Play was running.
And then we had to do the riffing rainbow because it was Spider-Sis. But after that, partly through that, CMC went to the Out of Our Mains podcast, and after he did that, and I went, okay, Spider-Sis
Yeah, I
is
stepped
cool,
out
but...
to just listen to the Out of Our Mains group and go, oh, okay, so they're a recorded podcast style rather than this live style that we do, and figured extend the olive branch to creativity and interaction that might be able to be done. So, Circuit, they might ping you. You should also reach out to them as well.
Also,
Ping me? What
told
now?
them to reach out to you.
Ping me on the what now? What did I do?
Basically, we got another podcast and went, hey, reach out to Circuit if you want to interview him and talk about his 10 years of craziness. I also showed them our YouTube channel and went all the way back to 10 years ago plus, and went videos on this.
The Out of Our Mains podcast is a show where the hosts are out of their mains. Come join to listen to some of the hopeless, colorful horse addicts ramble about MLP, ask them some questions, and hear about their experiences running a pony ped podcast and YouTube channel in the age of G5.
And I basically threw an idea at them to go back to the older Brony shows and be like, react to some of the videos that we showed back then.
If they can
Because
even
that-
see him anymore at this rate.
Well,
No.
things that are on the podcast, the videos you used to play and show that are actually lost media that we don't have the time to go back and look and dig out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, there's so much that we could probably have that's considered lost media, or at least it's like buried in my stuff, which is even more insane if I ever really tried to look through it. But anyway, let's get back on track here. We're really running out of time, so
Okay. So then we did, after doing my checks for Pony Life is Magic and interactive storytelling, we stated on the Twilight Sparkle Secret Shipwreck Folder.net, bringing said game to the internet, and it was fun.
Bramble went very in depth with how he made sure the game worked, or at
And also
least
showed
had ways of going, oh, we as a player think that goal was completed, but the system doesn't. So we're going to tell it, yes, I completed that goal, give me my points.
Well, also, he showed us how you can easily make your cards be in the game as a separate deck. So we could actually do a Brony Show deck for the online version.
Yeah, and then I think after that, we set up the next set of panels, had food, then helped set up the last set of panels, and then went to bed because that was midnight.
Yep.
Then we go to Sunday morning, which we were just kind of sitting in Galleria 3 with Bluey, with Taylor and Company, because Bluey, and then these swapping from the list I'm looking at, because it says Glimmer Gang Unleashed, then the Gals Appreciation panel, but it was actually swapped because one of the panelists for Glimmer Gang was scheduled over in the room next door for convention stories.
So, yeah.
So it went Gallus and then Glimmer.
Which, fun time in the Gallus panel, because someone just had a brain fart and went, I saw cats early this morning, and that's all that I'm focusing on. It got silly.
That was... that wasn't the host, that was the one brought
Co-host.
in. Yeah, it was the co-host, so not actually listed in the con book. I've seen her around, but I don't know. They're in the artists stuff. And then, just all of Teardown, which is where the balls of gaff tape that I had in my pictures up here. The little Metroid was made from all of the gaff tape in the panel rooms. The big ball comes from most of the gaff tape that was in main hall.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Well, also we did sit in on the Pony Archivist, so that was also fun. But beyond that, we basically help with Teardown, and throughout that, we did find a plushie went missing. And to my knowledge, we still haven't found it yet, but everyone's keeping an eye out for it.
Yeah, from what I heard, the few plushies went missing. A couple of them have made their ways back, but...
Well, here's the thing that someone said. We have a Blackjack plush right here. Why wouldn't you take this over a custom plush?
Yeah, they took someone's OC.
Yeah.
That's even worse. It's like, really?
Yeah,
Why?
So, yeah, and the first rule was you do not touch front of house. Front of house is no touch zone.
So yeah, that's all the various bits of con, and in Teardown to the main halls where I found that Glimmer pin, which I have to figure out what to do with. And
All
then,
in all, HobbyCon
just...
was a fun convention, and I am down for next year.
I may want to actually be in that in the con building itself, because it's annoying to go far and wide, but
Yeah, I get you there. It is exhausting.
being in the building means when I need a shower, I can just walk upstairs.
True. Well, but then it would be fighting against the elevator.
They did have some of the other hats.
Yep.
Because that's Pip and that's Hitch.
Yep. And of course, this was just before the con opened, so chances are good they may have just got sold out really quickly.
True.
See a lot of Zip and Sunny.
Anyway, so we've wrapped up all the con. Now let's go to the fun part.
So first I had the day and a half worth of train back to Michigan. And then less than 20 minutes out from the train station, brother's car came up with a flat. And it was it's a beautiful hole. It's a very beautiful hole.
It is.
You hit something pretty sharp there.
That's a hole that wanted you to know that it was flat.
It's not that we hit something sharp. These tires are 8 years old, apparently.
Oh, well, that would do it.
It's just weird to see it go down like that, because normally what happens is it just hits something and then it just blows out in that little area. I've never really seen a tire fail like that unless it gets slashed.
Of course, the funny thing is you're not the only one that had travel difficulties getting home, apparently. Hint, hint, not judge.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is where I come in, because whenever we left at the airport, I had said several hours before I could even check my bag. So I was able to go from where my plane was there and actually try Whataburger. It is decent, and I enjoy the buns. So I had that, and then another few hours before my plane would arrive. So when I got to Houston, where my connecting flight was, I was like, I'm kind of hungry. Hey, here's a place close to the thing. I did not count on waiting so long for a cheese pizza, and then I missed my flight. Luckily, I was able to have the... I had United on this leg of the journey, so basically they said, okay, we got your hotel for the night, just come back at least 6 or so to get a flight at 9. And I'm like, cool. And here's some vouchers for food so you don't have to worry about stuff.
Okay,
Cool.
I was wondering what happened because I was out
I'm
of
still
internet at the time that all that was happening. I was trying to figure out, how did you miss your flight? You were there hours before I was.
I'm still massively confused that basically you waited for a cheese pizza and that caused you to miss your flight. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It is me, and it is crazy, but I got to the hotel, I was able to pop into the show and do a little bit of fun. But yeah, come the next morning at 6 o'clock, like I wake up, I have no other clothes than what I was wearing. I put everything together, I take out my trash, and I basically take the shuttle to the airport and then go to my gate and I sit my butt down there.
And hopefully you didn't try to order another pizza.
No, I actually went to Starbucks, got a nice tea, and tried the Impossible, a sausage with egg and cheese.
That's what. Actually,
learn.
vaguely, that is the question I want to ask. I'm going to ask for vaguely too because I am curious. How in the world did they comp you for your hotel and getting you plane tickets for later when you are the one that was waiting on a pizza?
Because I had nice people and I wasn't screaming at the top of my lungs.
So you literally treated him like a human being, and that was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually really surprised. I mean, even treating him like, which kudos to actually treating him like a human being. I honestly, I mean, it was 100% your fault. So wow.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
totally
What?
was.
Wait a minute. What airline?
United.
That's even more curious.
I don't know. United I can see maybe. Like, yeah, if he said Southwest or Delta, I would have been like, what the fuck?
No, Southwest. I could have seen Southwest just because they might try to get some good publicity after all the crap that happened.
True. But yeah, the two ladies that helped me, I basically went, crud. And I said, hey, I can bum around on the airport and wait overnight. You don't have to give me the hotel. And they went, no.
That's
we are
crazy.
giving
My
you a
dad
hotel.
had to pay for my hotel and everything when me and my sister's plane during that Christmas when we were visiting him when we were kids, and we had to stay overnight with a freaking stranger with us in our hotel, just so we would get the night on at the hotel and take the plane in the morning. What the heck?
I had to sleep in a New York hotel. Not a New York hotel, a New York airport.
Not New York airport.
Well, here's the thing. I at the very least went, hey, I'm willing to stay here and just be like, you don't have to put me up. I'm willing to sleep on a bench and just, wait until morning. But they were kind because I was nice and I wasn't trying to be like, hey, how was I supposed to know? And, all the crazy stuff. So let this be a lesson to people. Try and be nice. Be like, yes, I should have done better, but I didn't want to waste my money on this. And it's like, this is my fault. I'm willing to live with the consequences. And nice people were nice back to me.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Me
Anyway,
and my sister weren't brats or anything, but I think my dad might have given them a stern talking on the phone because he was expecting us to come over that Christmas.
I don't know. It might have also been a situation of people over the phone might have taken it differently, but I'm not gonna.
Maybe, but the thing is, this happened a week or two before Christmas, so
I don't know. That
also
that just boggles my mind.
Here's something else I noticed. Because I booked through Expedia and I had a price drop, I got it $21 back because of my flight change.
Well, there's your problem.
So, yes, and I am forever thankful for them, and I will always be nice to people because it doesn't take much to just be kind.
But yeah, going back to the tire. Brother. It was easy to get someone out there to help us change the tire because apparently the last time his tires got put on, they were using the air pressure tool to tighten the thing. So the guy who was able to get it off used some interesting techniques to rock the car, and it looked like he was going to break his tire iron, but he got him off.
Okay.
He got the spare on.
Okay, CMC, was he basically standing on one edge and bouncing?
Yes.
Okay, he was doing the smart thing.
But that's pretty normal when somebody puts a tire on with an impact. That's why I generally use an impact to get them back off.
I've had to do that before when I had changed tires on my sister's van, but that's neither here nor there.
But then, words.
Okay,
Brother took the car to go get new tires in the morning, and apparently it was sputtering and having some weird sounds. It was heading over there. So, yeah, after the talk and saying, "Oh yeah, you've got a weird set of size of tires. We'll have to order them in," he went straight to our mechanic. And we left the car there. Apparently, he lost a belt.
Oh.
That's not good.
Oh.
I don't recall exactly which belt. I just know that you had to get a tire off to even get to the belt.
Sheesh.
That might have been a drive.
He lost power steering and all of that, so...
Yeah, that's your accessories belt.
I had a feeling. And
yeah, so the car got to sit around for a few days as it got that fixed first. And I think we're still waiting on it to get all of its things done and get new tires.
But yeah,
So we're having the fun of just dealing with the fact that, oh yeah, I got pulled over the other day driving around in the van because it needs a headlight changed.
Well, that's
We know it needs a headlight changed, but we don't have the ability to do that without getting the other car out of the shop first.
So is it the actual headlight or is it just the bulb?
One of the bulbs is dead.
Oh, that's
But
easy.
yeah,
You just reach in there and pull out the cord.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's 20 minutes of work, but it's one of those. Yeah, there's probably other maintenance stuff that we need to have our mechanic go and just take a quick look at. So, as well as I think we are at a point where we just need to cycle all of the cars through and get their oil changes.
Yeah. But
because we're in the right month.
My last leg of the trip was just getting back home, which was relatively easy because the Houston airport is very nice on Terminal B. It's basically just a big wide thing, and I'm like, oh, there's a desk over here. So I watched YouTube and waited until my flight was called, and it was very nice. It was only the 2-seat, not 3-seat type of airplanes. And I basically just zoned out and waited until we landed, and my sister picked me up. And then I went to work about 3 or 4 hours later, unloading a truck.
Admittedly, that part kind of sucks, but I guess that's the life of being a grunge worker, right?
Yep. Also, the image that Second is showing right now was from the Ponies Online Art Jam that was yesterday.
That has nothing to do with it. Anyway, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up here.
Oh, right. Wasn't Ponies Online going to be doing a BlueyCon kind of thing?
I am very much open to it because if anyone submits that as panelist lead, I will gladly approve it.
Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap up things here for the moment. In the meantime, this ran a little bit longer than expected, so just so that we don't make a liar out of ourselves, here's our tier list.
Okay, Nurse Red Hot.
Nurse Red Heart. She's amazing.
Amazing.
She's amazing. I don't think she's best, though, but amazing, definitely. She broke the Geneva...
What did you do here? Oh, God.
Nurse Red Heart broke the Geneva Convention early on, though. We can't look away from that.
True.
That tells you she's the best.
Well, again, we'll settle for amazing because there's a dragon with a cannon pointed at us.
Yes, but this picture she is violating the Geneva Convention. It's not with the added hearts.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, next up, Ocellus.
Nope, no, next up. That was it. Now we've done it. So we're going to have to do a part 3 of this. So let's go ahead and go into So I told you we would get to it, but we don't have enough time to
That
continue.
was the quickest session we ever had.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still got so many ponies that we still have to do. I guess we'll just have to do a part 3. But let's go ahead and do our video segment. I am so sorry. I should have replaced that image. That is terrifying.
By the way.
Oh God, what was that?
Terrifying.
Okay. CMC, remember that?
I don't want Long Dog.
Thank you.
Oh God, that was Long Dog.
But
I wasn't paying attention. We just skipped a video.
We did one character on the tier list, and now we're going to video.
Yeah, we put Nurse Red Hot at amazing.
We went long because we can talk.
Yes, you can. But we also took a while to finally get there to begin with.
Don't give me abilities to talk. I can just go, and go.
No,
and I
was
can match it.
Yes, we know you can, but it was still a good talk all around, so I'm not going to complain. We're just going to make sure I change the title up. But let's go ahead and get to this. Rarity catches a cold. Well, we'll give everybody a quick second here to get into the side tube.
Oh, that's right. You're going to close it.
Oh, right. I got to close it. Alright. Anyway, Rarity gets a cold.
Forget about on Gallus up there.
All right. I concede. I simply cannot continue. I know how important this order is. But
Why did everything at her desk have eyes?
Desk.
What is it with her and eyes?
Spreading all those germs. Oh, no, I just need some rest, and I'll restart it in the morning.
Scissors are going to do dangerous things. Don't trust them.
I'd be more disturbed that the mannequins are able to move on their
I'm sorry,
own.
sewing machine, you're not allowed to get over there. You're too heavy. No level of magic gets you over there.
Well, that looks like shit.
Oh! Oh!
Don't you look at me like that. You just have no taste. You shouldn't have any eyes, either.
We were just
Talk to
yesterday,
Twilight
woman.
about that. And yes, I am legitimately sick.
Okay.
That is so mean. Okay. Okay. I have to pause this.
Did we actually see this?
This is actually annoying because
Fortnite, we about to get down.
because I actually did get CMC singing Chug Jug, but unfortunately, apparently, will.i.am is notorious in regards to YouTube and this stuff. So we can't play
this
it.
has gotten a strike.
Yeah, it got a copyright claim, so obviously I can't play the audio.
Oh.
It's really annoying too because it also has a nice little side part with.
Party in the burbs.
But I do recommend checking it out on your own, please. It is
Hey, Mr.
hilarious.
White, what are you doing? Why are you watching that kid's show?
I love watching My Little Pony, Jesse. You don't understand the masterpiece behind this show. No, it's a kid's show, but when I was watching the show, I had this bizarre sensation of floating in midair, as if you were on meth. I've become obsessed with it, like something you do with your junkies, your strange, skinny, and ugly-ass friends. It's quite interesting to watch this show. This show is way better than any other shows out there. Jesse, listen to me. Don't look at me like that.
And, of course, Alicorn Cop-Out.
Seriously? She becomes an alicorn? What's wrong with that? It's not like the wings in the horn are permanent or anything. So she finds magic crystals, brings many ponies together, and turns into an alicorn. Meanwhile, I found magic crystals, brought many ponies together, and get jack squat. Not even reforming your tyrannical little sister was enough. What gives, Celestia? What? And not have you go through an arc that can develop you and make you a three-dimensional and relatable character? Twilight, what kind of teacher do you take me for? A troll? You know me so well, my faithful student.
She's not wrong on either account.
Well, it's not like Celestia gave her the princess powers.
True. Then again, Twilight was the one that left the crystals.
Alright, baddie time.
I swear I've had this in my kitchen.
And soups. And now rap battle, Fizzy versus Izzy. Seriously, before I continue on, is Coldust gone? Oh damn it! He would have got such a kick out of this. All right, here we go.
Wait, this is Scooter Tricks.
Yes,
it is.
I haven't seen much of them in a while.
Wow, horrific. Teaching kids to swim in garbage makes me sick. Is this what's become of MLB? OG1, big keep.
My garbage fight begins at OG1. Look at this mare, that chin, face smashed in. What's your cutie mark? You the village pin cushion. She a new generation is the best thing that you'll ever be in. And that was only for the animation. Already got seasonal rot, time to abort. No doubt your content will be like your hair, cut short. I don't even have to try. Got a twinkle in my eye. You're just a tired, uninspired unicycle pinkie pie.
New friend. Or old friend. Let's not pretend. You're like 50. Take off those rose-colored gems. Girl, don't you know that even Lauren Faust kinda hated your show? Oh! G1 ponies are the pony ladder's bottom rung. Our worst song is better than what you have ever sung. We talking movies, cause ours was the best. Yours was a snooze fest. A total snooze fest. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you're always in trouble. Trash turned into glass. Mo chicken Megan always saving your ass. Honey, your sparkle looks like crap. You're a has-been. Throw you in the trash bin. You're gonna fit right in. Gosh, you look tired. The movie really took it out of you. Sure you gonna be up for Coco Melon Chapter 2?
Pony scene now in glorious CGI. A one-dimensional phony Kamiko Glenn will never reprise.
No wonder fans are bitter. Your character's just littering glitter dragon babysitter, and your legs are like fingers.
You're as dull as rocks, gifting outside of the box. Your show has made its mark as a flop.
It's maritime to stop. Oh, poor Fizzy, you've fallen behind. You're defective, diseased from that crippling regrind. Ew, looks like some Nubula got you on the run. You got cancer, you're bleached, you've been blinded by the sun. Is this all too much for your withering old bone? Why don't you mind your own business like you mind gemstone? Now I'm done with you, Fizzy. See ya, so long. Go on, go back to the wizard, cause that's where you belong.
So, who won?
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, scathing. Love it. And now Spark Sprout.
Oh, look at the poor broken-hearted man. The man's.
And his eyebrows.
Check out her art.
Those freaking eyebrows.
No.
And the shipping.
She's just crazy enough for it to work.
No! No, you fool! Don't grow wood like that! Gee.
Hey, baby, let me show you my foliage.
Okay, dude, I know you gotta push, but really.
And now, Fest!
Cheese balls!
Minecraft.
Yep.
Pinkamena surprise.
Not fast enough.
Oh, by the way, that was an awesome Pinkamena cosplay by an older lady.
Oh, so that's actually a nicely colored Xbox One.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a Famicom. It's like, an Xbox One colored like a Famicom.
And I saw the spike there. Oh, I know the game they're parodying.
I got it immediately.
The boopin'! The boopin' the snoot! Ah, yes, this is classic.
Wow.
Okay, what they doing for Snake?
I can't believe this exists.
Sold.
I'll give him credit. The Chronic Quest looks amazing, though. Anyway, that's all it is, so we're gonna just move on now.
I remember seeing that.
To think that a pair of tools like you represent the potential union of the Griffins and the Hippogriffs. Oh, hang on, we're on the air.
You know what?
Upon my last second arrival, I recently discovered I can flit in and out of a bust of me in the rock-bottom limbo stick. However, I shall continue to hold court here, so that my subjects can take in my gloriousness in its entirety. Alex K9 asks, would you need a new crown? Interesting question. My crown was turned to stone along with me, and if someone were to swap my cursed crown for a shiny one, and then someone else freed me of the curse, would my crown, wherever it is, also return to its former bronze glory? Or would the replacement crown on my head turn to stone? We can only ponder. NBC Mekachu asks, what kind of headgear would you wear instead of your crown? What are those paper party hats you get in Crackers? The Quinch asks, do you ever get the feeling someone's putting words in your mouth or beak? That's more of a question for Spike. Placeholder asks, is it a problem that griffins have to molt and shed? Melting and shedding are effectively the same thing, and I imagine it's more of a problem for chimeras. How does the tail shed its skin? Marshall asks, do you like listening to music or old radio shows? As long as they're not drawn out and drag on and on and on and on and on. Tank Engine asks, what is your favorite music? See episode 27. Stuart Barclay asks, which season would you rather watch? 7 or 8? Oh, that's easy. 7. Sure, it has a lot of questionable third acts. Like, why the hell did Celestia recall Applejack, Rarity, Pinky, Rainbow, and Fluttershy as a tightly knit group before Twilight came along? Applejack and Rarity didn't get on, Rainbow Dash didn't like Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy never socialized. And what irresponsible bum intervened so that Rainbow Dash was said to be in the wrong for calling her parents out on their meaningless positivity? And Samantha Powell asks, do you know where that changeling acquaintance of yours went to? Beats me. I don't see her skulking around the outskirts of town as usual. There's no one out there, but...
Allahzilla Baba Ganoush!
And now, gaslighting.
You know what? I don't know what I don't know why I was expecting anything else.
You know?
And gotta catch them all.
Because we've been in a Pokemon mood.
This costs $1,000. Quit it.
Now this is...
Hey, that was my last good ball.
For the last time, Rainbow Dash, I am not a Pokemon!
You can't fool me, Sparkle. I saw you evolve.
Ah, the Rapidash.
That's definitely not helping your case.
Epilogue.
I knew you had final evolution. To me, you're as big as a Dragonite. Maybe you're a legendary?
Yes.
No wonder the regular balls didn't work. I have to go get a Master Ball. Where the fuck is it?
And My Little Pony anime OP style opening.
Oh, this one. I discovered this after
don't know this one.
I discovered this song after I looked at a few B-Star opening songs.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's supposed to be either.
It's around on the same CD as the people who made the first or second opening.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, you were the video was actually kind of loud.
Yeah, now that I remember, it was the the ones who did the singing for the second season opener of Beastars, this song is on their album.
But it's not on Beastars itself.
No, it's the second song of Beastars is on the album.
All right, and last video of the night.
Song, I mean.
Last video of the night.
The
You
same
care.
album of this song.
Cool. Last video of the night. You cared. What's in your butterscotch? Arguably the best character in G5.
I'm so happy that you were with me. Let's go visit to the tree and have some tea. I know I'm not a real unicorn, but you treat me as one. When you're alone, I was there, and I will always by your side. You've known me well, you care, and you will always shine so bright. Don't cry, I'm always here for you. You are my only friend, I know, well, yes, it's true. Remember that I love you.
That is adorable. Also,
Shipping!
Also looked into that racing.
Well, it is a
into the night.
mailbox. It is a mailbox head, so yeah, shipping.
Also, I looked into Racing Into the Night. Yeah, that whole thing was based on the music video. It has no actual anime. It's just music.
Yeah,
honestly, probably for the better. If it had been,
it's made by the same people who did the Beastars Season 2 opening song.
You were saying, Suki?
I was just gonna say. Also, that song is kind of dark.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, yeah. If you look for the original video, you have to go through. Even if you're signed in, you have to go through a warning page because the song talks about some deep topics.
Yeah.
I listened to it a lot because it was so catchy, the lyrics, and when I turned on the subtitles, oh yeah, that's fucking dark.
Oh, fun.
well,
We
it's
will say it after we end stream.
anyway, it's time to wrap everything up. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. Also means it is time to say goodnight. And of course, we'll go ahead and give everybody a chance for a final shout out, starting with Crazy Matt Capitan.
Fires, explosions, with sauce of venison jerky, all the way round. And I have no idea what we're gonna do for Wednesday night, because heck, we kind of were too dead tired last Wednesday to even do anything. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. And next, let's go ahead and go on to DM21.
Have a great week and stay healthy.
Then Textalion.
Night all.
And Tokoi.
Thank you all for showing up. Thank you to CMC and Commander for being moderators. Thank you to 01 Ella, Abu Julie, actually Hannah, Alice Dryad, Autre Friend, Tim, Big Damn Judge, Commander Root, DM, Drap Snap, Gamers and Streamers, Belly, Jin Now, Just Call Me Judy, Katana, Kylie, Lay Keeley, the Lunch Crown, Multiple Abuse, who's Note Order, that's me, that got to do with those. Ponyman64, Roxy, Synchry, Textile and me, and our text relay to our IRC chat for Vaguely and others.
All right. And Suki, shout out.
I'm going to bed, so I make sure I actually get sleep before. Well, that way I also make sure I wake up to where I don't have to rush going out to the store and shit tomorrow morning before I do Destiny all day tomorrow.
Ooh, fun times. All right, and with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us for the episode of the Brony Show. As you heard Wednesday, they don't know what's going to happen, but if anything does happen, keep an eye on our Discord. That's when announcements will be made. Also, a reminder, Sunday, Circuit's Gaming Room, we are doing Monster Hunter Rise. It will be at our normal start time, but only just for a few hours, so be sure to tune in at 4 Eastern if you want to check that out. Along with that, any other streams going on, I would definitely recommend keeping an eye on our Discord, because that is where we make the announcements whenever we stream anything. Or at least our best way to make announcements. Along with that, reminder to tune in an hour early for the pre-show with Cold Dust and Crew. Flagstop pre-show can have anything from random art to Gardic Phone to Jackbox to whatever Cold Dust decides is going to be fun and entertaining. And also, if you catch us live, there is a Coffee House After Party, which is on our Vaughn stream. We'll be playing that. We play that live. It is not recorded, so you can only catch it full and live. Then a big shout out to all of our IRC chatters. Thank you to Commander Something for keeping an eye on the IRC chat. Then to Bumblebee, Claudia Conquest, Cold Dude, Fantastic Fred, Relay Serve, Sonic 5421, Techman, Tech Stallion the Second, Vaguely Creepy, and yay, Archivers. And also a shout out to all of our chatters, both on Twitch that you were listed in Cole and Tokoi's rant, and also on YouTube, because we do have our wonderful YouTube audience out there, including Judd and Just My Mage. And also just a big shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to all of our archive watchers that catch our episodes when we get them uploaded onto YouTube. Shout out to YouTube and Twitch live watchers when we stream this stuff live. However you catch the show, however you enjoy it, thank you so much for enjoying our shenanigans and the fun that we bring. And that I've been doing this for so long, it's just always so nice to see familiar and new faces still enjoying the content even after all this time. So speaking of new content, I decided to go browsing through the open Brony musicians thread that they had on Equestria Daily, and let's pull out some new music from an artist, Max Initial. Hope you enjoy some electro and have some good night, everybody.
Oh, you ain't ready for this one.
suddenly want to suck on a baby bottle and go to a rave. Coffee House After Party coming up in just a moment. See you on the VOD.